What is up, accurate traders? This is Munya and welcome back again to my trading channel. Today we are looking at the best volatility indices strategy that you can try out today and make some profits. As you can see, I am in profit on V10 and I'm also in profit on three other volatility indices, which is V100 and V51s, and we're going to be discussing and looking onto the charts to see what I was doing in order to place those trades. It's a very simple strategy, guys, and it is going to allow you to get big movements when trading volatility indices. It just needs you to be patient enough to wait for the right setup, wait for all conditions to be met, and you need the discipline to place your trades and hold. So I'm going to show you three different types of trades that I actually took using this strategy. This is the 99.99% accurate trading strategy that you can try out today and see some great results. So let's get right into it. The first thing that we need is to set up the strategy, and then I'll be explaining the trades that I managed to take. But for those of you that have been following me or that have seen the previous videos already on V10, you can see this previous trade that we took, which started off here, and we traded it all the way down to this level. So we managed to get all these pips just by using the same strategy. And as soon as we got to that level, the strategy was able to pick up that we are now supposed to change our trend and we can actually benefit from a buy trade. And that's why I actually entered into this buy trade as soon as I exited my previous trade. So I'm trying to highlight to you guys that once you get the strategy right, you can now easily maneuver within your volatility indices. You just know that when you are entering another trade, you can even immediately jump into another trade. So as soon as I finished this sell trade, I was able to even get this buy trade. And remember, this sell trade was also picked up by the same strategy. So it was just a matter of changing trades from a buy trade to from a sell trade, to a buy trade. As you can see, there was not much movement, and I'm sure you guys would love to be able to place trades like this. So let's get into the strategy and see what I am talking about. Let me remove all these indicators and we'll be able to start. Okay, so now I have got a blank chart on V10. We are starting from the 1 hour time frame as usual, and we're going to be doing what is called top-down analysis as well as time frame blending, which means that we should be able to maneuver between different time frames and get the same analysis. Okay, so the first indicator that you want to install on your charts is going to be a moving average. Now this moving average is going to have the following properties. We're going to have a period of 14, we're going to have a shift of 0, we're going to have the method exponential, apply to close, and we're not going to have any levels on this one. And then on visualization, please allow it to be on all time frames because we are, like I said, we're going to be doing top-down analysis. And then on your styling, which is basically the color, please make sure that it's green. You can later on customize these colors to the colors of your choice once you understand the strategy. And then once you're done, simply click on done, and that will be your first indicator that you get right there. The second tool that we need is also a moving average, but this time the properties are going to change. We're going to have a period of 50, so I'm going to change this to 50. The shift will remain as 0, everything else remains the same, and I'll simply change the color to red so that we can differentiate between these lines. And then I'll click done, and as you can see, we also have this red line added on to our charts as our EMA 50. Now for those of you that have not been following up closely, our EMA 50 acts as our trend line, which means that we can actually see a trend line just by using our EMA 50. Okay, our exponential moving average of period 50 is able to track the trend, so it's closely in line with our trend. Okay, so for those of you that will be worrying why we need it, that is the point. The next indicator that we need is going to be a stochastic oscillator. So going back to my indicators section, under oscillators, there is the stochastic oscillator, and it is going to have the following properties that you see on my screen. We've got a percentage K period of 1, a percentage D period of 1, a slowing of 1, a price field of low over high, a method of simple, and we've got these two important levels that we have, level 20 and level 80. Now, our level 20, we have managed to label it as our buy zone, and our level 80, we've managed to label it as our sell zone. You can also do the same. And going back to your oscillator, please take note of the properties and the style. Make sure that your main and your signal do have the same color as your background color. So mine is white, that's why you see that my main and my signal are all in white. And then once you're done, you just click done, and what should appear on your charts are these two levels from 0 to 20, that's our buy zone, and from 80 to 100, that is our sell zone, and there will be nothing else inside your charts. Okay, and last but not least, let's add the last indicator, which is also a moving average. This time it is also going to have a period of 10. Everything else will remain the same, and then the color, I'll change it to black and click done, and we now have that moving average down there in our chart. So this is the complete strategy that we're going to be using, and that I was using to get these trades. And let's see how we caught these trends. Now, I'm sure most of you guys have been watching my videos and understand how exactly we enter into a buy trade or a sell trade, but let me just highlight to you guys that there are three conditions that have to be met, at least three conditions that need to be met before you enter a trade using this strategy. So let's say you want to enter into a buy trade. You're going to need three things to happen, and I'm going to show you these three things. Number one, you want to have this black line down below in our buy zone. Number two, you want to have a break of market structure on your charts. That is, you want to see candlesticks crossing to be above this green line. That is if you want to enter a buy trade, right? And then number three, you want to have what is called a golden cross. The golden cross is basically when your green line and your red line cross each other, and that satisfies a trade. So you want to see something like this, where you see the green line and the red line crossing each other, and having the green line above our red line. Remember, we said our red line is our trend line. So once we see that the green line, which is the price, is now above our trend line, we now know that we are mostly bullish in that trade. Let me explain even further on that one. Let's start off from the 1 hour time frame, and I'll show you how exactly I did it. So the first thing was I identified my momentum indicators position, and I realized we have been selling all along. We've been selling and driving the market down. I was actually in this trade. Remember, I mentioned it at the beginning of the video, and this black line was telling me that there are more and more sellers in the market. But the moment we reached our buy zone, this indicator was now indicating to me that these sellers that were driving the market down can now come to an extinct, and they might end, right? So basically, this is a momentum indicator, and it's showing me possible momentums that are in the market. But just because I have it in my buy zone doesn't necessarily mean that the market will start buying at that point. As you can see, it was in the buy zone from this point, and it actually kept on driving down up until it started to reverse. So this is just a general saying that you can't really place a trade on that, right? Remember, it's just like saying we are in an uptrend, we are in a downtrend. You can't simply enter a trade on that. Okay, you need more confirmations. Now, let's get to that part. How do you get more confirmations? Remember, we've got the second condition, which is the break of market structure. And how do you identify a break of market structure? You want to see your candlesticks on your price crossing to be above your green line right there. So you can see that there was a candle, this bearish candle that you see, its wick actually crossed, which means price actually crossed to be above our green line. It's a very small wick that if you don't pay attention, you might actually miss the entry, right? So we see that there was a break of market structure. The previous market structure was this sell structure that I was talking about, that you all remember, and candlestick crossed to be above the green line. As you can see, all along the candlesticks were below our green line like this, but now at the moment we are in a buy zone, we see that the candlesticks are now crossing, which means that there is something that has to happen, right? That's already a hint for you. Yes, at some point the candlestick crossed to be above the green line, but remember, we were not even in our buy zone. We were at this stage not even below our level 50, so there was nothing there to talk about. But now that we are in a buy zone and you see these crossings of candlesticks, then that should be something to you. So that was a second condition that was met in our 1 hour time frame. Let's check in our 30-minute time frame and see. Okay, again in the 30-minute time frame, now you can clearly see that price actually crossed to be above this green line, confirming our condition, right? And then from a 15-minute time frame, we're trying to look for the golden cross, which was right here in the 15-minute time frame, but in the 5-minute time frame where we caught it, it was a little bit lower, which is at this stage. So already we knew that price was going to make that bullish movement, and that's why we ended that trade. So as you can see, all three conditions were met and we were able to enter into this buy trade. And I think immediately after we experienced this big bullish candlestick, right? This big bullish candlestick signifying that a lot of buyers that we were talking about in the buy zone kicked in the market right there and pushed the market very, very high. And that was how we entered into that trade on V chain. Okay. Now you can also do the same thing if you're just following the same conditions, and I think you will be able to understand it fully. Let's take a look at V100, what we did and how we ended the trade. Now on V100, we did what is called a re-entry on a previously confirmed trade. We were selling V100, Volatility 100 index, and this is because, as you can see, we saw that our green line, our black line, sorry, reached our sell zone, which means that we were being notified by the market that very soon the buyers in the market are going to close their trades, or they're going to be overthrown by the sellers. So first condition was met right here. Second condition, we talked about a break of market structure, and we experienced it there. You can see candlesticks crossed to be below the green line, signifying a bearish momentum. And then the third condition is also here, the crossover, having the green line crossing to be below our red line, which is our trend line, and signifying a strong sell momentum. But we missed this first trade. That was when we were supposed to enter our sell trade. But if you were following again on my videos, if you check my previous videos on this channel, we talked about re-entries when you miss a trade. And we simply said on re-entries, just check the first time you were supposed to enter a trade, and then from there you just use the same conditions to see if you can re-enter into that same market direction. And this is exactly what we did, and let me show you. We went on to let me remove these arrows so that you guys can have a clearer picture. Okay, we went on to our charts and we noticed that in our 30-minute time frame, since we wanted a re-entry in our 30-minute time frame, we had reached in our sell zone, right? The black line had reached in our sell zone. We can also see that our candlesticks crossed again to be below the red line. Remember, they crossed to be above, and now they crossed again to be below our green line, which is the second condition. So we already have two conditions met. And if you go to lower time frames, you can see that in our 5-minute time frame, there was a golden cross. Actually, yes, there was a golden cross at this stage, right where our price is, right? And that signifies that we were supposed to enter into this sell trade. As you can see, right now, all conditions have been met. We've got our black line in our sell zone. We've got this candlesticks crossing again to be below the green line, and we've got the golden cross in a lower time frame, and all our conditions were met for a re-entry. So that's how you enter a re-entry if you miss the first entry. Okay, so we've already discussed how to buy, how to sell, right? Now let's look at the current trade that I just entered into, and you guys will be able to see what exactly is going on. So right now we've just ended, as you can see, we're just entering into this V51s trade and using the conditions that we talked about. The black line has to be in a sell zone. We have to see a break of market structure whereby candlesticks are crossing to be below our green line. We're already seeing it. The 30-minute time frame is clearer. It's even clearer. You can see that we are in profit, and in our 15-minute time frame, the golden cross is there, as well as in our 5-minute time frame. So that's how we entered into that sell trade again. I'm going to be updating on this trade how it goes, but we're anticipating that it's going to push even further down based on the fact that all our conditions for a sell trade have been met. So I'm showing you this trade because I'm going to be sharing the results now in our free Telegram channel, so you'll be able to see and notice what exactly happens with the market. I just wanted you guys to see what the market will be looking like as soon as you enter a trade, so that you can also see how I'm entering into these trades, not just see when they have matured like this. So on V51s, we're going to be posting the results in our free Telegram channel. I'll leave the link in the description box below. You can join the group for free. There are over 8,000 traders in the group. That's where I post strategies, signals, setups, results, my trading results, results from our VIP students, results from our mentorship program. So you can have access to all that and be able to see how this trade then plays out. The link will be in the description box below. You'll also be able to find my WhatsApp number in the group if you want to talk to me. So feel free to join, and it's completely free. And as you guys know, on each and every video, I do give away a free spot in our VIP signals group as a thank you to you, my subscribers. And for you to win that spot, of course, you have to be a subscriber. And of course, you have to have liked this video and comment down below something interesting. And I'll pick the winners from the comment section. So you never know, it might be your lucky day. Just leave a comment down below and I'll be adding you. And in this video, our winner is right here on the screen. Congratulations, you've won yourself a spot in our VIP signals group, and you'll be able to trade with us for the next 30 days for free, entering into this beautiful trade that we're entering and trading with us together. So congratulations. You can contact us and you'll be added to the VIP signals group. And with that said, I hope you guys are going to try this strategy out first on your demo account before moving on to your real account, so that you get comfortable and you understand the strategy fully before participating in live trading. Until next time.